QZX Productions presents Looking at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Please note that we are not here to be critical or judgmental. We are simply here to look at the history and beliefs of the SDA Church. That said, with all due respect, there may be some things said that not everyone will like hearing. But we will not censor ourselves. We ask that you watch and hear us out before commenting. The SDA Church was founded on May 21, 1863 by Ellen G. White, Joseph Bates, James Springer White and J. N. Andrews. At some unspecified point in the 18th or 19th centuries, people began to start studying the Bible for themselves rather than having their clergies do it for them. One of the beliefs that was brought into light was the literal second coming of Christ. In the 1830s, a man named William Miller sought to strengthen his faith and deepen his Bible study. His interpretation of passages like Daniel 8:14 led him to believe that the days were years and that the timeline of those 2,300 years were from 457 BC to 1843 AD, and the latter year would see the end of the world. While Miller at first did not want to tell anybody about what he found, he eventually did so. He even published a book about it in 1838. To keep a long story short, the man eventually had 50,000 people believing that the end was coming in 1843, and many more were curious about it. People started demanding a specific date. So, eventually, he set one up. Estimating between March 21 of 1843 and that same date of 1844, he advised the people to stay faithful in case he was a little bit off. March 21, 1844 came and went, and nothing happened. After about a month, William was forced to admit his goof. Or so it seemed. Somebody pointed out that there must have been tarrying time and William's date was pushed to October 22, 1843. Then the second date came and went, and nothing happened. Many people were disappointed, and Miller died in 1849, having been completely besmirched. Some people remained firm that William was right. Just not about the dates. Two of these people were Ellen G. White and her husband, James. Around December of 1844, Ellen claimed that she'd started having visions. She began a ministry and subsequently married James White, a fellow Adventist minister. Ellen and her husband began ministering and more people were joining the Adventists. In 1851 and 1854 respectively, a sketch of the Christian experience and views of Ellen G. White and supplement to the experience and views of Ellen G. White were published. The family would go on to live in Battle Creek, Michigan, where Adventist representatives would meet and the name Seventh-day Adventist would be born. White used her alleged visions to guide the establishment of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. She incorporated some of her health views, such as no drugs, tea, or coffee, as well as a vegetarian diet, into the beliefs of the Adventist Church. During the Civil War, the SDAs were abolitionist, meaning they wanted to see slavery fall. Over the rest of her life, White continued to spread the Adventist movement. She lectured in Europe for a few years, then was a missionary in Australia. There she created what would become Avondale College. Even after her death in 1915, the SDA Church continued to grow. Today it has over 25 million members worldwide. Many of their beliefs are similar to other Protestant branches of Christianity, but there are exceptions. The first being, they see Saturday, not Sunday, as the Sabbath. Another one is the diet that I mentioned earlier. Though, today, most Adventists follow what's called a plant-based diet, which is not, necessarily, the same thing as vegetarian or vegan. Though, if they do eat meat, they tend to follow the old laws in Leviticus. A third one is called annihilationism. This is the idea that the wicked will not burn in hell forever, but instead cease to exist after some time in hell. I plan to talk more about this doctrine in the future. That is a brief rundown of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which I'm not part of, by the way. Tell me if I missed something or maybe understated, overstated something in the comments below. If you have more information about the SDA Church, then you can share it as well. You can also go to the sources I've listed in the end credits for more information. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay faithful.